Hey guys, welcome back to my fantasy football. This is game week 3, and as you can see by the title, today I am making a wildcard change. Now, obviously, it is only game week 3, and I know using this is a very early. However, I need to make changes, and with the new rolling system of 5 transfers, a early wildcard is not the end of the world. Now, obviously, before we get into any changes that I have made, we need to look at how well I did last week, what was the highest scoring team last week, and what really happened last week. So, if we go to my team, I got 67 points. I obviously took a -4 to bring in Mo Salah. So Jordan Pickford got 1 point. He's been not doing well for us. Didn't do well in Brighton. Then again against Spurs, didn't do well. So I can confirm Jordan Pickford is not in the team anymore. Moving up to the back line, a solid from the Arsenal boys. 6 points. Really, they got a clean sheet, I believe it was. So 2 points for 90 minutes and 4 for the clean sheet. Same with White and Saliba. Unfortunately, Guardiola didn't get the clean sheet because they conceded somehow to Ipswich. And that would have been fine. If Ipswich had won, I would have took the points and I would have been happy with that. However, the City went on to win. And obviously, we'll talk about what happened with the goal scorers for City. In the midfield, Bukayo Saka, 6 points. He got 1 assist, which 3 points, 1 clean sheet, a point, and he played 87 minutes, so he gets the 2 points. Eze, only 2 points, hasn't been doing really that well. Captain Mo Salah came in big for us. 2 points for 82 minutes played, 1 goal scored, which is 5 points, 1 clean sheet, which is 1 point, and obviously he was the man of the match in that game, so he gets the bonus points. And obviously he's been a captain, which means it's doubled, so he got 20 points, which kind of helped us in the overall points-wise. Gordon, 2 points for the played, got a goal, and the bonus for, again, man of the match. Smith Rowe scored as well, bonus points, man of the match, and a couple for the just for like shots on targets and stuff. So Smith Rowe picking up 10 points. So the midfield cooked. Apart from Eze, the midfield cooked. Forwardly, Isaac did nothing. And Jamie Vardy was a cheap option we went for. Didn't do anything either. So just 2 points between the 4 points for the strikers. Wasn't good enough, but it's not the end of the world. Moving on the bench, Fabianski obviously doesn't play. Barco is loaned out like we spoke about last week, and Fuchs actually for some reason got a goal in his game to get 6 points. Obviously that's unlikely because usually he scored own goals. He got a -1 for conceding, of course. So he was on the bench, but obviously he got more points than Guardiola. So maybe we could have switched it, but from my thinking, it was obviously Man City against West Ham. Against Ipswich, they were going to keep a clean sheet. Solanke is still injured. 50% chance he plays. No one knows about him, so I confirm Solanke has been transferred out. So the highest pointing team had 154, and this came because of a triple captain Haaland. As you can see, he scored 3 goals. So he got 12 points. Bonus point for man of the match was 3. And obviously he got 2 points for the game. So he ended up with 12, 14, 17 points. Well, now obviously most people double captain him, so 17 is 34 points. And a couple of people in my league actually went on to triple captain, so he got 51 points. So alone, he literally did half of what my team did. Obviously, Vicario did well for Spurs. Mazraoui has been quite good for United. I would like to get him in, however, I've gone for a different route, kind of. Robertson for 6 million. We know how good Liverpool are. Obviously, they got Man United this weekend, so maybe Robertson isn't a choice to go for this weekend. But if you're not going for a wild card or changes this week, maybe game week 4 is the one for you guys. Romero scored, clean sheet and bonus points, so he had a good weekend. Obviously, I believe Spurs have Newcastle, so they probably won't be, and then Arsenal. So maybe keeping away from Spurs is the time to go for now. Son, of course, had another good one. And then obviously we had Smith Rowe, we had Salah. Bowen scored, clean sheet. So the midfield was, but if you didn't have Smith Rowe, Salah or Son, the best two options was Bowen, who didn't do much, but then obviously Madueke got 15 points for 3 goals, 5 points per goal, 2 points, 3 points, so he ended up 20 points. Now obviously not many people had him because obviously he's only played, he didn't play the first game against City. And obviously we've got to shout out Danny Welbeck scoring his 100th goal against Man United to keep Brighton the win. It's gone up in value as well. He's had a good start. We've got 9 and then obviously 12. And then the bench, obviously you don't care about the bench. So that was the highest rated team. We need to look at the leagues. So I've currently dropped down to 11th in the overall McDonald's league. The current leader, 107 points for that game week. If we just show you what his team looked like, Pickford in goal, Gabriel Saliba, Pedro Porro, Van de Ven. So he's a solid back line. He had Gordon, he had Palmer, he had Bowen, which was in the team of the week. He had Haaland, which he triple captained. No, he didn't. He just had normal. He didn't triple captain Haaland. He could have even got more. Watkins, and then Joe Pedro as well. So he had a good squad, 107 points, and he's leading the McDonald's group. So I've dropped down from, I believe I was, so I was 9th. I've got down to 11th, which isn't the end of the world, because I'm only 40 points behind, and a good week would put us in contention. Basically, I want to finish top 4, like Champions League kind of quality in this group of McDonald's. As for the group, the league that I'm running with my store, I've currently dropped down to 5th from 3rd. We look at Aiden's team, who had the most points. Henderson goal, which he says he's going to change. Guardiola, again, he made the same mistake as I did. Martinez, he's a United fan, so you can see a bit biased, but he picked up Gabriel, which was a good 6 points. He had Cole Palmer, who had a good weekend. Smith Rowe. He had Haaland, which he captained. I don't think he triple captained. Isaac, Pedro. So his team, he obviously had Jojo Sarr, who got minus points. So that was, he got 85. If we go back to the league, if we look at Marcus's, he triple captained Haaland, and he was bottom last week with a triple captain 51 Haaland. He got 90 points. His back line wasn't great for that week. He had Foden on the bench, which is a smart move, but you'd think you probably would drop Hall out and go Foden once he's fit. So yeah, last week wasn't great. Obviously, having Salah with that 20 points helped me claw back. If we look at the scores last week, it's pretty consistent. Obviously, apart from the triple captain on Haaland, it wasn't a bad week, really, for me. So moving into this week, obviously I said it's a wild card, and it's not fully done, but this is what I'm looking at. Raya in goal, so I've upgraded from Pickford. It does mean now I don't have the two Arsenal centre backs, but I've gone in and kept Saliba. I picked up Robertson. Unfortunately, the day I picked him up, literally, I'd made the team, and he was a bit different because he was 4.5 million. Unfortunately, the next day when I confirmed that I wanted this team, he'd gone up by 0.5 million. So I've kind of had to change it. It does mean I have 4 million in the budget. FaZe as a bench option isn't the end of the world, but there could be a replacement. If we look at about 4.5, see what players have gone down. Actually, FaZe went up in price. That's not bad, actually. I think it's because of the goal. So maybe I keep him because there's no one really gone down in value. And obviously as a bench option, it's not the end of the world. We got Guardiola, who's staying in the squad. A 4.5 million Rico Lewis. However, I'm still torn between maybe making. If we can go to 5 million, maybe someone like Mazzari, who's had a couple good points. Looking at. I think it was. Where's Konsa? I was looking at bringing in Konsa, but he's not had the greatest points. But Aston Villa do have a couple of good fixtures, and you would think they could keep a clean sheet in the game against Leicester, Everton and Wolves. Bradley might be a good shout. So for now, we're keeping Rico Lewis in. Obviously, we've still got 2 days to go before the team has to be submitted. So moving into the midfield, I picked up myself Cole Palmer, and I've picked up myself Madueke. Now, Madueke isn't 100% starting. However, my reasoning between going for the two Chelsea boys is because of the fixtures. They got Palace, they got Bournemouth, and got West Ham. So they should pick up maximum points. Now, having both the two ice and fire in the team, you would expect them to contribute together, whether they score or get assists for each other. They should pick up some points. Now, I'm not 100%. If I was to make a change, it would be Madueke, and I would be looking at someone like. How much? 7.1. So Matoma was an option, but obviously we know he's got Arsenal, but he's had a good start, and obviously after game week 3 there is good fixtures for him. Gibbs White is another one I was looking at. Got 10 points in the last game, 2 in the first game, scored in the last match, so he's got a good form. I really wanted Mbumbo. Mbumbo was the man that I had in first before Robinson's price increase. But another 6.5 million option is Savio from City. But again, at the end of game week 5, they have Arsenal. Szoboszlai could contribute with Salah, but obviously Man United game week 3 is not the best idea to have 2 Liverpool players. Was it Eze's got? No, I took Eze out. Garnacho, but obviously I know Garnacho is still not 100% fully fit. Obviously did get assist, did score actually in the Brighton game, but was disallowed. There was a lot of disallowed goals in that game, which was a bit annoying. Obviously Rodgers is a good shout, but I think after game week 5 he might lose his place, and obviously he's gone up in value as well. So I'm looking at probably a solid number of 4.5, 5 million, 6.5. Like, I want an even number. I don't want to be hanging around with the 4s and the 1s and stuff. A good underrated player though is, I believe it's the Bournemouth midfielder. If I can find his name. Midfielders scored by. Don't know. I think it's. I can't remember his name, but he's a Bournemouth player and he's picked up a lot of points. Moving into the attack though, I've got Weza, João Pedro. Again, it's not a bad start for Pedro. Scored in that game against Man United to win for Brighton. I took Solanke out because obviously no one knows if he's going to be fit enough. But really, the key issue is Isaac. If he doesn't perform this week, the wildcard would be a waste. But would be a waste. But yeah, if he can't perform, he needs to go. And I'd be looking at someone like, how much is it? 8.9. 8.9. 8.9. 4.6. Havertz. But obviously we've got Arsenal players in already. Maybe go back to Solanke. There's no real good strikers. So I don't know. I am making a wildcard change. I've still got 2 days to figure out where I need to fix up, and the issues would be maybe actually improving Fabianski for someone like Ramsdale, because there is rumours that he's joining Southampton, and if he does, I think that's a steal as a backup goalkeeper. But for now, obviously, he's still at Arsenal, and we can't go there. So this is the wildcard changes that I've made. Let me know in the comments down below, is there any players that I'm missing out on while making this wildcard change, because obviously you have to get wrecked. If one or two players don't perform, then you've wasted it. Obviously, there's an international break. There could be injuries, and it could cause a massive problem. But for now, I'm happy to do an early wildcast and just roll the transfers over until I need it. If I can wait about 4 weeks, so obviously make the game work 2, 3, 4, maybe we look at improving with a free transfer. You know, there is options, but for now, transfer deadline day does end on Friday, so I'm gonna leave it as late as possible to save my team, so that I can make changes if someone like Ramsdale goes to Southampton, or Eze makes to move to Man City or something like that. There are options. So let me know in the comments down below, what players am I missing? Have I missed out on a hidden gem, or is it a mistake making a early wildcard change? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my FPL content or my FC24 career modes on the channel. I'll see you in the next episode.